Greetings and welcome. This is Psychic Medium Roberto, and I truly hope you're doing well today. I am guided by spirits, and I'm recording this episode on June 25. Early bells in the morning. Trigger warning: the subject matter is of a mature nature and deals with true crime events. Disclaimer: all cases are treated as alleged until proven in a court of law. In today's episode, Matthew Perry has popped up on my dashboard. I was aware of his passing, but didn't look into it at the time. I will say it did give me a slight neck or head jerk. It did pique my interest, so it's popping up again. So on the main chart here, what I do have is the day of discovery, which is the October 28th, and the 3 days leading up and the 3 days after. And then I've also included the day the autopsy report came out on December the 15th, 2023. And based on the autopsy, and I've put the source where I get the information from, I'll put it in the description if you want to have a look. So on December the 15th, 2023, main cause acute effects of ketamine. They say there are other elements that were involved as well: drowning, looks like some artery disease, I'm no doctor, and a medicine for treating opioid disorder, which is all common knowledge, fair practice. Now, according to reports, Matthew Perry had been sober, clean and sober, for 19 months. So let's have a look here. Now, the day of discovery, October 28th, let's just zoom in here. The discovery was made at 4 p.m., so that would be within this bracket here, and then played out the rest of the day, right? Now, alarming for me is the 27-9-18-9-9. Now, I'm going to go through the markers that disturb me and the reason why I'm starting the recording where I am currently. We have a 38-11-2 in the day. That is a problem for me. That brings around arguments. There's fighting going on. The day before, we see the 37-10-1. Big decisions are being made here. And unfortunately, I don't believe those decisions were necessarily in the control or best interests of Matthew Perry. 37-10-1, higher ups. 44-8, we got a power number in play here. You know how they like their power numbers, 44-8. We have the famous 26-8, which is hints of staging. The autopsy release date, and we'll go deeper. These are just the initial markers. December 15, 2023, when it's supposedly released. And the link is there if you want to go have a look. However, the day starts with a 15-6. So that already tells me something is off. And the reason why I say that, apart from seeing the 27-9-18-9, and we'll get to Matthew's birthday in the meantime because he also has a 27-9-18-9. But the 15-6 tells me there's been human manipulation with the 5. Human manipulation. We We have the presence of the staging numbers, 26-8. And I actually believe, and yeah, we have another power number, 33-6. We know they love their power numbers. I do believe they know what happened here, what really happened, and what has been fed out to the public, right? Versus what has been said to the public, right? There's another 28-10-1 here. Now, when we see things like 28-10-1, and I want to mark it orange, particularly with the 8s there, so there's groups of people communicating about something. Now, this is not chitter-chatter by the water hole or by the water fountain, whatever you want to call it. This is like big talk, big talk, higher up talk. Look at the anomaly of 7s here. I've just spotted that now. The information given out to us, and again, for those that have been following, you will know the previous cases always get me ready for the next one, right? And we saw the manipulation of the 777s with Prince William of the Hoax Royal show. Complete manipulation. So here we have it here as well. 777s, we have manipulation in the air here as well. So in other words, the findings have been doctored. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, I am here currently with the case. Now, let's have a look at Matthew's date of birth. And again, I'm not going to get personal. This is, the context is found drowned in a hot tub, right? Now, the current narrative or the latest update is police are talking to a woman in connection with the ketamine, who the police believe was the ketamine that killed Matthew Perry, right? So if we look at his date of birth, he has the 19-10-1. The August is the 8th. The 27-9-18-9. Now, we'll just say, with his, and I'll actually just mark it here, the presence of all the 9s. So we know Matthew Perry as the actor, performer, and he gets that in the 8s. And the 7s, I'll bring in the 7s now. But the 9s are very creative people. Very. Okay. Now, he would be like, what I'm saying is, although he's an actor outwardly, because they are performers, so performing outwardly, he is in many ways very much an internal person with all these 9s. It's not to say that he can stand, he's shy of standing on the stage, no. But a good part of him, a serious part of him, is all about the mind, creativity, exploring. Would maybe come across as a daydreamer in his early years, but he was actually practically thinking how to achieve goals and objectives. Very intelligent, high propensity for learning, creative genius with the 18-9, 27-9. These are the positive aspects of these numbers, 27-9, 18-9. Now the 18-9 gives him the vocal performance ability to portray those ideas. The 27-9 is taking ideas or plans or thoughts and making it into something. So he'll workshop it. He would have workshopped ideas in his head and then vocalize it. Actors all have their different ways of doing things. I would say that would be significant in him, always in the mind, also vocal, but very much also in the mind. And of course, we note the stack of sevens. Now, stack of sevens, a lot of people, many people that are called to fame have sevens. It's almost like a calling. If you've got a 7, there's a good chance you'll have your 15 minutes of fame. Now, 16-7 is the psychic number. Intuition, I would say that intuition would have played a big part in his life. And it's linked to the 9s. The 9s is the higher self. But what I'm failing to see once again are numbers like 4 or 11 that would indicate depression. There are no 4s here. So depression, I don't know where depression comes from. Now, on October the 28th, when he is discovered, we have this 38-11-2. So moments before or during, there's a big argument with technically a parting of ways, 11-2. There's a hidden emotional outburst here. So I'm going to say, based on what I'm seeing, so yes, we have the presence of the 27-9, 18-9, 9. We can argue falls on Matthew Perry's 27-18-9. But I believe in this case, I believe there's a murder that has taken place here. And this 45-9 can allude to how this was done. Because 4 is the human body. And 5, let's just zoom in here, beg your pardon. So the 4 is the human body. 5 can be the drug. That brings around a death, 9. But because it's a 9, we talk in murder. Because knowingly, and even the start of the day, we have a 28-10-1. This is a very unsettling day here. Or let's put it this way, the day starts bad. 28-10-1 we saw in the Gabby Petito case. You're waking up to fights and arguments. There's something going on here. So this is not in my opinion, a day for the hot tub and chilling and having a time out. There's chaos going on this day. There's chaos. So we need to look to see what happened leading up to this. And this is why this 3710 bothers me, because that is other people involved here. There's deals and transactions in the background here, or deals that were made. This has all been timed to perfection, and there's manipulation going on here. Because the feeling I'm getting from this date range, it's slightly off. So why are there big wigs involved in the situation? What was going on here? I mean, there's clear murderous intent here. 36-9. This is another red flag here. 36-9. Now, we're in the energy of Matthew Perry and the event and the context in which this happened. 36-9, hidden. Now, we can argue that October 26 pings directly on Matthew Perry here. Look here. 18-9. 18-9. And we got the 43-16-7, 43-16-7. So it's almost like, for me, and look at all these sevens. This is Matthew Perry here. So technically, we are 48 hours out of sync here, in my opinion. So there's a missing 48 hours here for me. Or, of course, the crime, is what I wanted to say, the crime was committed 48 hours before the discovery. Or at the very least, because we are time sensitive here, so but I'm saying, and I'll put my money where my mouth is. In this, he died here. All right? But we'll note the staging number here. So staging after the fact. Something happened here. There's a 26-8. Can also bring around 26-8 can also be an argument, a big fight. So the first thing I'm going to say is this time, the time range of this situation as we know it is not right. And there's too many big numbers. Yes, we can agree that he's a well-known celebrity person. But there's some very big numbers running around town here. 37-10-1, 19-10-1. This is not a good day here for Matthew. And the issue is, yeah, we have a hidden 36-9, and that is a murder. And if we want to go on a chemical, if they're saying it's chemicals in his body, then 6 is the poison. But what bothers me is the 3, that there's a knowledge. You see, we got the 37, 3, 7. More than one people know, and I've just been given common knowledge within the group. 19-10-1. 37-10-1. I believe we may have been dealing with a bit of a puppet show here. Now let's just say, I mean October 28, well let's just say October 28 is when he is discovered, right? And if we look at the reflection day there, which would then typically be the summary day. Let me just grab here quickly. Something is not adding up here. So I will just say, on one level, that the outcome of this day here is about a woman. It pings on feminine energy, feminine numbers, threes, all the threes, right? And I've just been led again how they want us to know it or how they want us to perceive it. But I don't believe this is the day. Yeah, this is only a discovery day. So it can't be her. But it may be being set up as her. Now, I don't know what factual movements are of him, but I mean, this day starts with the 27-9. That's not, these are treacherous days here, ladies and gentlemen. This is not Matthew Perry having time out and chilling in the hot tub. There's treachery around him, unfortunately. So there's definitely, this timeline's off. So if we focus then December 14, 15, 16, this is the autopsy day. I just want to grab this frame here quickly. See, this 33-6 is treacherous. I mean, December 15 pings directly on Matthew Perry. There's no doubt. I'm not disputing that at all. But starting with the 15-6 in the day is not a good sign for me. So something is definitely up. We have this anomalous of sevens here. So 16-7, you know, it's been popping up on the Royal Hoax Show. And we did mention about it. It's a sacrificial number as well, huh? Because people are talking again. 28-10-1. People are opening their mouths. And starting to see the light. Something is up here, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a clear-cut case. There's definitely treachery in the background. There's higher ups involved here. We're seeing lots of grand master plan numbers here. 22-4, hidden plan. About the community, the groups. Oof, these are treacherous numbers here. Look at this big explosion here. This is like explosions going off here in people's little circles. Something is up here. Well, according to the, is this the final report now? Death is accidental. I'm definitely not getting accidental. So look on October the 30th. Look at all these big numbers here. 10-1. 30 with an outcome 3. 44. This is big circles. The 44, we know the fathers, the higher ups, the leaders of the groups. It must look natural, 44-8. But you can't hide. Laws have been broken here. And how can Matthew Perry break a law? But I'm also saying I don't believe the woman might be a scapegoat in this case here, because the fake reflection day shows all these feminine numbers, but in actual fact, what is it about? Control. And why did they want to control Matthew Perry, who I believe was starting to see the light? Just reading some articles. Something's up here. The People magazine released this on November the 13th, 2023. So this would be 16 days after death, 16/7 again. (11/2) 22/4 about a death. Problem, yeah, we got double 13/4s, which is problematic as well. And with all these 6s, not a good combination as well. (31/4) is death, end of a body. The human flesh. So I would say the timeline of events are slightly off for me. And there's shenanigans going on here. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave it here for now. I do believe there are some issues. And he was coming right. Sober for 19 months. And starting to see the light. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, please leave your thoughts. I do engage with the comments. Please stay safe, stay alert. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.